Stripper, written in 1958 by David Rose, recorded in 1962 by David Rose and his orchestra, recorded by many other people, Henry Mancini, done on Monty Python and Benny Hill, etc. I played in the key of G. The song is actually in the key of F. If you want to play it in F, you can capo here on the 10th fret, or you can lower your strings 2 frets. So this first run is... this song in a 2-string format, which means I'm playing 1 string in the bass and the other for the melody. This first chord is a G chord, so I'm playing a G in the bass. And the melody is starting on the 4th string, open, 2nd fret, which is a D, E, and then open G, 3rd string. The next chord is a C minor chord. Hitting an A, G on the G string, so it's 2nd fret, open on the G string, and then an E flat, which is on the 1st fret of your 4th string. When you get to this C minor, I recommend using your ring finger for the C note in the bass. It gives you the ability to play these notes. Go back down to G, and that's melody is D, E, and then open G, B. So these first 3 chords are. And then you go to these 4 chords. What you're doing there is playing a D chord, just playing strings 2 and 3. Move that down to a D flat chord. And then move it down to a C chord, just still playing strings 2 and 3. So you just hit the C note there on the 2nd string. And then you go to an E chord. So in context, these next 2 chords are an A chord and a D chord with an F sharp bass. The A chord has an open B on the 2nd string, and then you hit your A note on the 3rd string. Your D chord has a D sharp in the bass, hitting the same 2 notes for your melody, and then back down to the G. So far we've got when you get to the G, you hit the D note as your melody on the 2nd string. And then you're going to go up to this chord. It's a D sharp on the 2nd and 3rd strings. It's just like a D moved up 1. And then you go to this A chord with an open B note on the 2nd string. So you're hitting A in the bass and E, B for your melody. And then to the D with the F sharp bass. And then you repeat. And this ending is It's a G chord, hitting a D, D flat, then you go to a C chord, hitting a C for your melody on the second string, and then this C minor-ish chord, where you're hitting, it looks like a D, but it's moved over one and down one. Hitting strings 2, 3, and 4, and then back to the G. And you walk up the C, C sharp, and D. So it's G chord, C, C minor, G. Then you go immediately to this G7th, which takes you to the break. And the break goes like this. It's a G7, hitting an F note as your melody, and then this melody. So you're just walking down F, E, E flat, D for your melody. And you do that twice. I often play an alternating bass here because they're playing drums and there's a lot of space in between the melody there, so. And then for the A chord, the melody is E, E flat on the second string, D, D flat, again. To this D and A combination where it's a D chord with a D in the melody, and then it's an A chord with a D sharp in the melody, and then you go to a D chord, hitting an E on the first string as your melody, and then an F sharp as your melody, and then you go back to G. Slowly. And the last time through G, then you move up to this C chord. You're hitting C in the bass, and you're hitting a D sharp for your melody. And then you go to this D chord and walk up on the first string to G.